What are pulses? Well, pulses are basically edible seeds that come in pods. And if you think of things like chickpeas, peas, that sounds too much like chickpeas. Chickpeas, peas, lentils, things like that. Those are the pulses. And they're pretty good as well. They contain somewhere between, well, anywhere from 5 to 8 grams per 100 grams as well, so another store staple. So yeah, pulses, again, easy one to have in the cupboard. You can have them sitting for months if they're dried, and they're an easy staple to add to stews and hot pots and things like that, so definitely one to have. The one most people have that they don't realize they've got is baked beans. And baked beans contain 5 grams per 100 grams. The slight problem with baked beans is they're usually full of salt and sugar. So if you are eating store-bought baked beans and tomato sauce, then try and get the low sugar, low salt ones, and they'll be a bit better for you. Sometimes people will say, can I eat too much protein? And the answer to that is probably. But if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, I think that's very unlikely. The only people really that could eat too much protein are perhaps people that are taking protein supplements and people who are eating nothing but meat. And the reason that that's bad for you is those foods have other health implications. Things like the animal saturated fat content's pretty bad for your cardiovascular risk, and they also have increased risk of certain things like bowel cancers. So overall, the risk is low, but it's still a risk nonetheless. And the other thing to bear in mind with protein is occasionally people can have a bit of trouble metabolizing it, and if you've got kidney problems at any point, if that's ever been mentioned to you, then do speak to your doctor and check with them first, because if you do decide you're going to go on a high protein diet, then that could have implications for your kidney function. But generally speaking, people don't eat enough protein, so you'd be hard pressed to manage that. And certainly a lot of the people who I speak to that are vegan or vegetarian, they actually struggle to get the recommended daily amount. And you can obviously add supplements, but those are processed. But some of them are, a necessary evil a little bit. So things like protein powders, pea protein, things like that. You can add that to some of your meals or make them into shakes, and that could bring your protein levels up.